All right, so welcome everyone. Today I wanted to introduce you to Alex, who is going to be part of the Temple of Galactic Embodiment. He's going to pop in every once in a while to do some Q&As with Source, and he has been instrumental in my awakening. So we met 10.5 years ago, and through the channel conversations that we've had over the last 10.5 years, more and more and more awareness of who I am on a soul level has unraveled, and what brings us together at this time, or what has brought us together in relation to the spiritual contract that we have and what's unfolding on this planet. So I'd love to, Alex, for you to just share just a little bit about who you are and how you got to channel Source. What was that journey for you?
Oh, it's an honor to be here and to share with you in your journey and your purpose and what you're creating with the extraordinary beings that you're bringing on board. For me, I suppose I started as a child being aware of stuff, as many of you were probably the same. Started channeling when I was 14, which came as a bit as a surprise. Got into my teens, didn't really know how to deal with that, so turned away from it a while. Got back into it in around about 30, and then it started to escalate and came into let's say, a full awakening, if you want to call it that, in Egypt in 2009 as the preparation for what we are all now a part of. And that was an extraordinary process, being with a group in Egypt of spiritually awakened beings and coming into a position where out of the blue, suddenly I found myself having a one-to-one conversation with Source as I got to know it. When I first connected, I said, what do I call you? Because it has no name. And being the sense of humor that Source has, it said, oh, call me Bob. To which I thought, oh, great, I'm going to tell people I'm having conversations with Bob. But I suggested the name Source, and the response was, that is an apt description. It's not a name, an apt description. So I refer to it as Source. Other people may call it the collective consciousness, or God, or all that is, whatever it is. And since that time, and in that moment, I had like billions of zip files being downloaded into my brain sort of instantaneously. And over the years, somebody would say something, one of those zip files would come to the surface and unfold, and all this information would literally pour out. And over the years, I've been, I don't like the word blessed, but it's because it's part of my mission, but for want of a better word, blessed to have been shown by Source how the universe works, the simpleness of it, the beauty of it, and more importantly, what this agenda is that is happening now on Earth. And it's actually not all about Earth. It's actually a much bigger agenda that is happening out through this whole universe and involves other universes as well. And this is the probably the stage where in the third dimension, some of these things are playing out. So it's been a fantastic journey, and it's been an amazing journey watching Crystal step into the extraordinary goddess that she is now. And I know for a fact that she has overcome so many human blockages to become this extraordinary person that is guiding and leading you to become just like her, if not beyond, because we're all here to assist one another. So you're in good hands, and I'm certainly here to assist in any way possible.
Thank you for that. Yeah, we're all leapfrogging one another, journeying along parallel journeys with slightly different perspectives and viewpoints, which is all very, very important for the diversity. So given what you're aware of, Alex, what do you feel a galactic temple of galactic embodiment can do? What are the benefits for conscious leaders who are here to fully awaken, and also not just that, but to contribute to the awakening of their own communities and really leading them into what some refer to as the new age or the new earth?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because a lot of people who are on the planet at the moment, human consciousness and star-seeded consciousnesses are egocentric about the earth You know, we've got to save the earth. We've got to save the human race. We've got to ascend the human race. And that's actually not part of the agenda. The agenda is much bigger than that. And all of those things that I just spoke of, they're byproducts of what's happening. So what's really required is that the consciousness is at the heart of the matter more than anything. So that the importance of a galactic temple as such is that, number one, you are in your highest galactic awareness of who you are. Now, if you're not fully there, then this process will help you get there. So it's about you realizing you're a higher consciousness in a human body, playing out the roles of something that is happening at a higher level. So don't get too preoccupied with human stuff at this point. The importance of the galactic temple and its location is that it is where all the business is going down. So that conscious awareness and collective consciousness of all of you is going to be the most powerful when it's in a temple devoted to that very purpose. So that the location of this galactic temple should be, I know Crystal has things about the word should, but it must be where this is going down. And there is a collision going to happen between two black holes. This is a very, very rare event in this universe because everything expands. It's unusual for this to happen. Between the relative parties, these different consciousnesses are coming together. So this temple must be close to this so that it can harness the energy as much as possible. Now, the location of the temple should be somewhere where the major problem is. And this may be a bit of a challenge to some of you, but the major obstacle to overcome is actually the Pleiadians, because they don't want to address what they call the dark side, the shadow side. They think everything is light and love. But that's actually what the problem is, because they're not acknowledging the all that is. So this temple, this galactic temple, needs to be at the heart of the problem. So it needs to be in the Pleiadian system to assist them the most. Very consciously aware that there are many other races involved and they are actually doing the work. In particular, the reptilians are doing extraordinary amounts of work to overcome their issues and belief structures. And the Pleiadians are sort of, no, everything will be fine. They're taking a little bit of a don't want to know about it thing. So this location in the Pleiadian star system is absolutely essential. And most of your work will actually be dealing with Pleiadian blocks and belief structures. Hopefully that helps you, Crystal.
Yeah, thank you. I posted something just the other day saying the importance of addressing our shadow and not bypassing it, not avoiding it, and how even with aware spiritual people and even myself at times feeling that there is an avoidance or a rejection or like a massive blind spot around what that might be. So it's really about embracing the diversity of what is, both within ourselves, and of course it is represented in the galaxy through these different star races. And Alex, you can tell he's got a slightly different take or approach. He's going right into the galactic. I like to bring it into, okay, how does that apply to us? How does that mean we can live our lives as leaders of a new impulse that is coming through, of a new era? And so yeah, those two are really, he's got an incredible wealth of knowledge around this, and we'll go more into this in the actual membership. Alex, can you share just a little bit more around how you channel or what you can assist the individuals, how they can benefit from your knowledge, like on a personal level, as they're emerging as leaders, just similar to what you might have done for me?
Well, it's in many ways it's very simple, because in assisting you to remember who you are first and foremost, if you get to that position where you know where you've come from, what star race you've come from, then you'll know what your mission is. You'll know what your purpose is. think of it as a director of a musical, okay, or director of a play. If the director doesn't know the script, it's very hard for the director to direct the actors playing the roles. So by assisting you to be the director, knowing the script, then the work you do here on this planet becomes a lot clearer because you know what the objective of the script is. So, you know, I'm here as a resource to answer any questions that you have that can help you remember which star race or races and which dimensions you come from. Because some of you may be working at a Pleiadian, fifth dimensional level. Some of you may be Syrian. Some of you may have had lives in both of those. Some of you may come from other constellations that are relevant to this. You might go right back to Lyra or the Vegans. Some of you may be seventh dimensional Andromedan consciousness and be connecting with the Andromedan High Council, therefore having a very, very strong connection to star energies rather than race energies. Others, you may be even higher than that. You might be Hathor or Arcturans, who are totally about consciousness and structure. So I'm here as a resource to help you remember who you are so that you can remember the purpose for which you have incarnated into a human body.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Yeah, Alex and I work really well in partnership. He's the diagnostic and I'm the one who guides you on an experience, so that once you have all this knowledge, it's like, okay, what do I do with this now? And sometimes I find it's even more powerful when we find out for ourselves. So I will, in this Temple of Galactic Embodiment, take you on a journey for your soul to guide you to the star origin. And then Alex can come in with his awareness if I can't fine tune it or pinpoint where you are from, and he will then get the missing links to say, okay, here, and this is why, and this is what. So we're a really good team in that respect. And yeah, if you have any other questions about this Temple of Galactic Embodiment, let me know. We're going to start next Tuesday, the next week rather. And we're moving through the chakras because each chakra needs to be rebirthed in its own way, so that we can have a clearer vision and remove the veils of illusion, so that we can remove any throttling things around our throat, so that we can release any protection around the heart, step into our power, really tap into the life force energy to create a powerful vessel for our soul to come into. So all of that will be addressed and we'll move through, and we're working very much with intentions as well, because it's all very well to have the knowledge, but how do we actually implement that? So that's into our lives. This is something I'm very, very it's just very important to me to anchor it into the physical. All right. Is there anything else you want to say in passing that's sort of coming through at this time?
I really want them to remember that if they're drawn to this, it's because it is part of their purpose. There is no accident in them being here. This is a conduit. We know very strongly, and I'm very aware that Crystal's role is to assist each of you as a sister to be a part of a much bigger picture. And the work that you're going to do now is absolutely essential in this much bigger agenda that's going on. So you absolutely have the full divine masculine support to provide, to protect in that realm, and make this galactic temple sing throughout the universe as it should.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for being here. And yeah, we'll connect again soon. Bye for now.